All right, hello everyone. We're going to be going over a chainsaw bench. So here's a couple of the parts of the chainsaw. We run stills here at Oxnard College. So here's the bar cover. Covers the chain on the bar so you don't scrape your neck when you're carrying it or bringing it up to the roof. Here's the chain. That's the cutter, the raker, then the teeth on the bottom. The bar that holds the chain, that the chain spins around. You got the chain brake. So when it's not engaged like this, the chain can spin, as you can see. When it's engaged, you cannot pull the chain. Right here, you have the clutch cover that covers the clutch assembly with the bar nuts on here. You want to make sure these are tight so not everything explodes when you're running the chainsaw. Up here, you have the decompression switch. So you press this, it's easier to pull the pull cord on this other side, which I'll show you when you're starting it up on a cold start. Right here, you have the start, or you have the run, and then you have to press down on the throttle, which is right here, to go to half choke, right there, half choke, and then full choke on the bottom. Okay? And right here you have the pull cord, which you pull to start it after pressing the decompression and going down the full choke. And last but not least, you have the handlebar, which helps the vibration when you're running the chainsaw not to vibrate and cause your wrist and forearms. So the tools in the tool roll that you'll be using on to field sharpen or to tighten your bar nuts, you have the scrunch right here, you have the file right here, you have the field sharpening device, which you sharpen your chain with. You have your raker guide, which you help flatten your rakers. You have an Allen wrench. You have a flathead. And then right here, you want to have some lithium grease. All right, so once you're done doing that, the first thing that you will do is use your scrunch right here and loosen the bar nuts, which the bar nuts are already loose on this one. Got that. You take off your clutch cover right there. As you can see on the clutch cover though, right here is the chain tensioner to tension the chain to keep it tensioned on the bar. So you would use that with the end of the scrunch right here, this flathead, and tighten the chain if you needed to. Once you take that apart, you have the clutch assembly, which you can easily just take the bar and chain off, set it to the side, right here. Okay, so one thing to help get the E-clip off on the PowerPoint, as you saw, is you disengage the chain brake. It'll make the E-clip pop out so you can slide it off with the flathead. So as you do that, comes right off. The E-clip right here, as you can see, set right there. Right here you'll have the washer that it sits on. Right here, washer. You have the sprocket, that's right here. You'll have the clutch, it's right here. You always check in to make sure it's clean. And then you'll have the needle bearing right here. And then this is your clutch. Okay, so one thing you always do to the needle bearing when taking this apart and after running it is you always put grease on it. You put lithium grease. So you get a little bit on your hand right here and you just put it around. You never want to put it on the inside of it. You always want to put it on the outside. And once it's like that, put it back on right there, safe and sound. You have extra just right there, perfect. Then you put your clutch back on, your clutch cover. It has marks on the side right here, this little cut, and you can, if you look inside, it should just slide right in like that. Perfect. Then you put your sprocket back on right there, your washer, and then your E-clip you'll put back on. It's directional. One side has a circle on it, more of a circle if you look at it, and one side has more of a square. The circle you want to put on top. So you do that. Just want to slide the E-clip back on. So once you're done putting the clutch back, you want to put your chain and bar. You want to make sure your chain's going the right way. So the raker's in the front, the cutter's in the back. You also want to flip your bar over so your bar's not wearing on the same side as it would. So as of right now, I flipped the bar over. So you want to put your chain, your teeth back inside the sprocket and slide it right back on the bar. If you have a problem with it not going in, sometimes what you could do is you have your chain or your bar's too tight. So you go to the chain tensioner, loosen it, and it should just slide right in like that. And just tighten it a little bit so it stays. Okay, so after you're done checking the chain, if it's going the right way, and the bar, once the bar is flipped, you want to put your clutch cover back on. As you're doing that, you want to make sure your chain's not tensioned all the way, so you would go to the chain tensioner and you would loosen it up. as I'm putting my bar nuts on, I'm not putting these on super tight right away, because the tighter you put the bar nuts on, the more that the clutch cover compresses against the chain. It'll be harder to tighten the chain. You come here to the chain tensioner, you tension it. As you can see, it's tense right there. Right there, that looks good. Let's tighten the bar nuts all the way to make sure that it's not too tight. See if my chain rolls perfect with the chain brake off. As right here, you're looking for 3 to 5 full teeth. The teeth are at the bottom, as you can see. We met the requirements of the chain being tensioned correctly. Now we're ready to start the chainsaw. So once I have all my PPE on, hard helmet, eye pro, ear pro, gloves, long sleeves, which will be your wildland jacket, and your chaps, you want to first start off your chainsaw. So there's 2 ways of starting off your chainsaw. It could be in between the leg, right here, pulling, or right here with your 1 foot on it, 1 foot on the bar, pulling up like this, okay? But the first thing you want to do after your PPE is you want to check your bar oil and your fuel. So you go right here, your bar oil is full, so that's good. You go to your gas, your fuel, you're 50 to, yep, 1, perfect, good. That's full, so you're ready to start the chainsaw. So first, what you do, hit the decompression switch, make sure the chain brake is on, engaged. You're gonna go to your throttle, go down the full choke all the way. You'll hear a pop once you pull. That means you go down the half choke. Then once you go to half choke, it should start. Once it starts, you turn off the chain brake and you throttle it, and you want to see a line of bar oil. That means the chain is getting lubricated through the bar oil, so it won't overheat. Okay, so we'll do that right now. I'm gonna do the in-between leg method. So you hear that little pop, that's when you go to half choke. So you go to the throttle. Make sure you don't go to start right away, because it's sometimes really clicky. So you go there, push your decompression switch. See how it's my idle right there? Oh, died on me. So as you can see, the line of bar oil right here, that means the chain's getting lubricated. The chainsaw works just fine, and you're good to go.